First tonight, a Nottinghamshire man who committed terrorist offences by helping British extremists fight in Syria has been jailed. 21-year-old Adeel Ulhaq gave money and travel advice to two men who joined the so-called Islamic State.
Ulhaq's the first person in the East Midlands to be convicted of jihadi terrorism. Tonight, a police chief tells us that many worried parents are raising concerns that their children are being radicalised. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
The trainee mechanic who helped the so-called Islamic State from his hometown in Nottinghamshire, Adeel Ulhaq, used the internet to commit two terrorist offences. He helped this teenager, Asil Mathana, to travel out to Syria to fight with his brother. And he wired money to a leading British jihadist called Junaid Hussain. He was eventually killed in a US drone strike. Ulhaq sent that money from a pawnbroker's at this Sutton-in-Ashfield shopping centre after Hussain asked him for £200 to buy ammunition. They used a coded message about getting food for orphans. Orphans really meant enemy fighters. And he signed off, "Feed them what they deserve." Ulhaq was incensed about attacks on women and children by the Syrian Air Force and soldiers, but he responded by helping a group who used religious extremism to justify their own atrocities.
There's stuff there which relates to, charitable giving.
Detectives found that he'd set up a Twitter account called Guilty Muslim. That appeared to be a light-hearted way to raise money for Syrian aid convoys. But there were other messages supporting the Islamic State group, and they also found private chats about his plans to travel there and fight.
We're very concerned. This is very much about recruitment and radicalising online. We know that Islamic State have a very large and very consistent online presence. They are spreading a rotten philosophy. You're very likely to get caught up in the war effort, and you then become somebody who's dangerous out there, but also dangerous when you come back to the UK.
A lot of people think it's just to put this flag over their building.
The trial was shown this Islamic State propaganda video starring a man called Nasser Mathana. His 17-year-old brother Asil went out to join him.
This is the fake jihadi life.
Before leaving, Asil Mathana filmed this footage on his mobile phone.
If you're watching this, I'm probably dead.
Today, 3 men were convicted of helping Mathana travel to Syria. Adeel Ulhaq provided contacts and detailed travel advice as the teenager made his way across Turkey, posing as a holidaymaker. When the police raided Ulhaq's home on this road in Sutton-in-Ashfield, the first thing he did was try to hide his phone by opening a bedroom window and throwing it into a gutter. That phone contained thousands of photos and messages, evidence of terrorist offences. It's a huge concern for Halima Khaled, a Muslim local councillor who was awarded the MBE for tackling extremism.
The answer is not with a gun. Islam does not allow that. And maybe because of you going out there or doing something, there could be more atrocities and there could be more, children being killed. They're just trying to manipulate, and they get radicalised by these evil people and they become something that they're not.
We have many parents who have come forward to us who are worried about the behaviour of their young people, and we are providing that help. The last thing we want to be doing is locking up young people from our communities when they've done something illegal. We would much prefer to work with families, to work with parents, to prevent that happening in the first place. But it's too late for Adeel Ulhaq. Tonight, the online jihadi from Sutton-in-Ashfield is beginning a 6-year prison sentence.
Well, Jeremy's with me here in the studio now. Jeremy, what did the judge have to say then?
Oh, she made it clear she simply didn't believe that Ulhaq was trying to aid citizens in Syria. She said he was waiting in the wings to help anyone willing to travel there to fight. And in fact, if he'd managed to make it there, he would have joined in with that violence. We also heard today that a previous trial collapsed because of publicity about Ulhaq's ex-girlfriend. She was a woman called Aqsa Mahmood, who became notorious for being an Islamic State recruiter of jihadi brides.
Has there been any reaction from Ulhaq's hometown in Nottinghamshire?
Yeah, I've spoken to some people in Sutton-in-Ashfield who are really shocked that their Nottinghamshire mining town has been linked with jihadi terrorism. Ulhaq was born and bred in Sutton. He went to school nearby in Kirkby in Ashfield. He even received a Nottinghamshire Police commendation for helping to catch a mugger. But what seems to have happened is that he was groomed online by some very dangerous people, and as a result ended up committing some very serious crimes.
It did indeed, Jeremy. Thank you.